What is up, everybody? Hello, good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. I'm going to be working on the Pyroknight battle demonstration animation. I started it yesterday after we finally decided who we were going to be animating and decided upon the first one to be Pyroknight here. I've been having a lot of fun with it, trying to get my feet wet again in animation because it's been a few weeks. But I'm really excited about it. I'm having a lot of fun, as you can see, with Pyroknight here and his shield charge. Look at that. Whoosh. Big charge. But we're going to continue animating this today. I'm only a couple seconds in, and it took me like the entirety of yesterday, so very funny that I'm this slow, I guess. But you know, here it goes. We are back at the wheel. I'm gonna let the mountain know we're here at the wheel. Learn some speed effects today. Let's go. Yes. What's up, Dahlia? What's up, Tyler? How we doing, guys? You know, I do want to look at some of Exortine's stuff today as well, because I want some inspiration on movement, and he is the movement goat in my mind, at the very least. So I'm going to take a minute here, peruse through some of his stuff, analyze some of it. I still love this one so much. Like, I want to break down like the bones of how he does his movement. It always looks like there's like, so you have anticipation frame. His, like, he has anticipation before movement and anticipation before attacks. And it just makes his attacks feel so nice. My stuff always feels so soft, I feel like. And I honestly can't really understand it a lot of the times, why it ends up looking so soft. And I feel a lot of it has to do with the fact that my easing is very like soft in, soft out. And I want to change that a little bit. So I'm going to look at some things. Boom. I want to find specifically this part here. His follow-throughs are so gnarly, man. Look at that. It's crazy to me. Like, this frame to there, I would have just went to the attack. I wouldn't have added this frame, and that's the difference. You know what I mean? It could also be that the hit poses aren't super exaggerated. That could be it too, you know? There's a myriad of things I could be doing better, but it's just about going through my process and seeing if I can get there. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be perfect at it. But I do want to get better at it. And that's what I'm going to keep working on. Oh no, my screen isn't working with my pen. Give me a second. I gotta turn my screen off. Screen back on. I hope what I have still looks good, though. I think it looks good, but then I always go back and second guess myself. I'm always second guessing what I'm working on. And that's the curse of it, because you kind of should be, right? Like, you kind of should be second guessing. That's what we're doing the whole time we're working on it. We're thinking to ourselves, can this be better? Is that right? Does it look better like this? Does it look better at that? You know, that's kind of what we're doing inherently in a good way. What's up, Comic Pyro? How you doing, buddy? You know, that's what we're doing already when working on it. But then it's also becomes toxic in the sense that it's like, if you keep going with that mindset, you end up going, is this any good at all? Wait, do I hate this? You know? I do that a lot, personally. I do that a lot. And I think sometimes I go too fast, too. Like, I think I make too many frames too quickly. Even though I'm not animating quickly because I end up redoing stuff, I think I don't take the time sometimes to slow down enough. I wish this would paste over here. It's really frustrating that I have to, like, keep doing this here. I'll just animate head first here then. Because I don't feel like having to paste and move myself from way over there. So we'll do that. Okay. Maybe I can move him and him out of the way so I can see a little bit better as well. How's everyone doing today, man? I hope we're all big chilling on this wonderful yet hot day. My chickens were not happy with me this morning. They were very hot. And they were out of food. Not really out of food. They thought they were out of food, but they weren't really. So we've got the first charge off. I want to start thinking about other things that Pyroknight can do that isn't maybe just basic swinging the bat around, you know, the hammer. Mallet. I'd already thought before about how the first charge was going to go, and I feel like the first charge went pretty successful. Can you guys hear me okay? It's early in the stream, and so I don't have any, like, my audio checks and stuff haven't been done. Audio's good? Okay, okay. Just checking. Are you guys gonna be working on anything today with me? Kill the onion skin a little bit. I'm getting a little bit lost here in my feet movement, but I think it's okay. Usually when it comes to like the noob characters, I try not to get too hung up on them being perfect, because a lot of the times you'll find that their movement is kind of washed out by the main hero's movement, or if there's a bunch of them, that a lot of their movement isn't really witnessed anyways, so it doesn't have to be like perfect. Weight painting a model? What does that mean? Genuine question. Team poster? Yo, that's so exciting. I really love the stuff that you've been making. I think it's coming out really, really great. I don't know how you bring so much life to the characters, but you certainly do. Metapoem is cashier, for those of you who don't know. There's also going to be some changes to Stone Mountain coming, I think, sometime today. As you know, Stone Mountain is becoming more and more active, and with that, I want to make sure that I kind of give it space to grow, make some changes to the channels. Right now, it's really, really basic. But I also want to make sure that it's a safe place for everyone to be. I myself am not in the moderation world anymore, so I'm going to be getting some help from the Hyun's Dojo team, just so I can make sure that everyone's having a good time, and the place is a safe place for everyone to be creative. So I'm going to be seeking some advice from them today, and they're going to be helping me with some things as well. They graciously offered, so I'm going to take them up on that for sure. So you might see a bot or something join. Let's see how this works. That's exciting. I'm basically setting weights to the bones for my rig. Oh, okay. So that things like sway things in a little bit in different ways. No, I get it. I get it. Okay. Let's go ahead and move on back to Mr. Pyroknight down here. Let me see if I can get a system for him. I felt like I was getting a little bit closer to feeling a little more comfortable with what he was doing, but that can change. Let's see. So he charges, and then we can have him stand back up probably here. Let's see. Let's just go in for another attack here. Maybe I back out a little bit. Maybe do 180. Let's see how 180 feels. I feel like he should be trying to sit up here. So let's get him to sit up. Yeah, I got those on as well. Okay. So I have object drawing on, and I'm going to go ahead and try to... I'm going to get the Pyroknight to stand up here. So I'm going to use the weight he has on the front knee. Understanding, we talked about weights just a second ago. Understanding where your weight is on your character is also pretty big. Maybe that's something I need to work on paying more attention to myself, because maybe that's part of the reason why some of my attacks don't feel as good. I don't know. We shall see. Okay, standing him up. And we're going to shift that weight to our back leg from our front knee. I don't know if you can see that happening in real time. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, if we have two different team banners, that's gonna be so sick. Two legit banners. Okay, if he's standing up now, I wonder what kind of attack I suppose we could do. I'm really just, like, thinking right now. I don't really know. I know I want him to stand up. I don't know anything else beyond that yet. This might not look great. We'll see. We'll see. No, I think that's fine. That came out nice. Let's go ahead and add our arms in. Let's see what the arm was doing. So it's actually bringing the hammer to the front of him. So maybe I actually have to animate that separately because I actually have a layer for the arm, upper arm. When the upper arm has the hammer. Because I actually want the upper arm to hold the hammer. But the problem I think I have is that it also interferes with the head. You see what I'm saying? Let's see. Let's see. We have it there now. Let's see if I can get the hammer above the body. Back above the body, but below the... There we go. See, that way I have this effect where it looks like the hammer is now in front, being held in front of him. Which is what we want. Like that, see? That's the good stuff. Do you guys just ever animate where you're kind of going straight forward, where you're letting the animation kind of guide you where you end up for the next part of what you're going to do? So for me, from now that I'm in this position, I feel like I should swing back this way at somebody. Like, I can quite literally just let this dictate where I'm gonna go here. I guess I'll just hold off on the hammer for now until I finish the rest of the body. So I guess in this attack here, if I'm thinking like Exortine would, channeling my inner Exortine, he's going to lean his head, he's going to lean back first. Especially since attack animations are supposed to be ones where they move more to point A to point B. You mean in regards to like, kind of seeing where I end up first before deciding what I do next? So let's see if what if I do that first? Ghost Town, how you doing? Oh, I animated all that on the head on accident. Whoops, that's not what we want. Yeah, although my process is weird, a mix of both pose to pose and straight ahead. I don't think that's weird. I think that's ideal. I think having different skill sets for different scenarios you're in makes for overall a better experience. So he's going to lift the hammer up here. And then as the hammer is coming up, he's going to... I think he's going to turn his head. Because it's going up now. And if he turns his head, right, the hammer can keep going up like this as we come down to swing. I promise it makes a little more sense in my head. Yeah. I think I can get away with just animating just like that for this part of the arm, and then going behind it for the rest. Lifting up, and then when he lifts up, this arm is probably going to come up. Yeah, to catch it. Okay. And now this acts as like my... Yeah, like a twist, exactly. Now this kind of acts like my anticipation for this attack. Now, what would what would Exhorting do here? I think he would, because I'm gonna attack like this. Okay, so I think he would drop the head. He would drop the head down, drop the body down. Does the head lead? I think the head leads, so maybe it's like more like that even. It can't be, because like the body is going to be in such a weird space if I do that. Okay. So I would drop. And then I also think this knee comes out more. Yeah, I think this knee comes out more. Activate. I think this leg drops. Android. Human evolution. Yeah. The hammer will still go up a little bit, I think. And this will create that drag we want. I think. Arm up. Oh, the arm up here got deleted. Okay, that's fine, I guess. I can put it back. And now, there we go. There we go. I think that's going to create that drag we want. So it goes up. I could probably double here. Yes. Okay. I think it's gonna work. I don't know for sure, but I think it's gonna work. Then we go for our attack, and hopefully this makes the difference. So the attack is literally gonna be whoop, like that. Like that. Now, let's see what that's going to look like. With the pose, he would be standing up. Human evolution. Alright, if I'm down like that, I'm going to be up. My head's going to be up like that. Yep, looking at the shot. Activate. Okay. Android. And then I think we can go completely underneath for this. Or no, I guess that arm needs to go above. Oh, I kind of can't. Interesting. Maybe it's like I could just do this. Can I not do that? No, I can't do that. I have to do one part of the arm like this, and then the other like that. Because if I don't, it's going to cover his face, and that's weird. Is that right? Or does it need to be like this in his hand? I'm trying to imagine it. Like, is it straight with the hand or like this? I think it's like that. Like split the difference. I honestly am not sure. I'm trying to see. So the hammer goes up, then down. Maybe is that too fast too? Like, I think do I put one more in between here? I don't think I do. I think that's my mistake, as I usually in between too much. Thanks, Skelly Guy. I feel like maybe there needs to be one more frame here. Maybe this just doubled? What if I add one more frame to this situation? Not doubled, but literally another one. I think we don't have the suggestion of the movement happening, and so we're losing the swing, the actual rotation itself. I think if I showcase it coming down a little bit first, it can help illustrate what I'm trying to get across with it swinging around his body. Like so. Like that. Yeah, that might be it. This actually doesn't have to go that far up now. I think that's it. This can go a little bit further down. This can go a little bit further down. That way, yeah. And then now the trail and follow through. Yeah, it's gonna work. That's gonna work. Now it's just about the follow through. The follow through is what's gonna make this happen. But let's do more than one hit, shall we? Like, I feel like I've only done a bunch of one hitters. This, I feel, is gonna make the head rotate back. Like, he's like this. And then I think it's going to make him stand up. Correct? You know what I mean? You see that? Like, if I follow the torso's like here, and then it'll probably be like there. If I follow the connection point of his waist, 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 waist. And that's going to actually twist his leg. You see that? Now let's see if the hammer is swinging like this. It's going to keep going. It's going to keep going. And we're going to end up in something similar to like this situation. And we need to do our top arm. And I think that this is going to be even higher. Because if he's fully extending... Right? We want something a little bit like that. And then connect it with the body. And I think you can let go with the other hand. Do we let go with the other hand in a big way or a little way? Because I think he's going to come back with and grab it again. I wonder if I keep his head forward. Yeah, oh yeah, that looks way better. And I'm always curious, do I leave it like a little bit turned? Because like you don't hold the ham, you don't hold it with like straight on. It's gonna have a little bit of an arc to it, right? Like when you're holding something, you're not gonna hold it like this. It's not attached to an extension of your arm. It's like that, right? Same thing here. Yeah, that's much more. I think that feels a lot better. This is what I mean about taking a little bit more time and thinking about my actions a little better. I almost wonder if the back arm here is not good. I feel like it should be more like this, maybe. Yeah. And this arm, probably a little bit more like that. Yeah, that's definitely it. And with the trail, it's gonna make the world a difference. The trail is gonna sell this here. If you don't have the trail there, it looks like a blink. But once you get the trail there, it'll fit. Okay, so now we have the full extension. Let's follow the head. Up, up. Oh, it probably actually cuts back down here, honestly. The head goes up, up, up. And this is like the full extension and then cutting back down. You can kill a little bit of onion skin. I'm working on a lot of singles right now. And this is, the torso is going to be... Oh, actually, the torso kind of tells us a lot about what we need to know. So if you follow the right here, the waist where it meets the legs, boop, boop, it's probably going to be about right here as he crosses over. Yeah. Because he's going to cross this leg over. Yeah, the hammer turn makes more sense. Okay. We're thinking alike there then. And this is all in the head, isn't it? Yep, I did it again. That's okay. We fix. We fix. Okay, the hammer. Can we attack again from this position with the hammer? I feel like I want to be able to attack more than just one time. You know? Just, it feels like swing, swing. I want like swing, 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 you know? Other people can do it. Why can't I do it? Other people can do it. Why can't I do it? If they can swing, 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 why can't I swing, swing? Know what I mean? Homeboy's arm's getting a little long. We can fix that. We have the technology. Okay. I can actually bring his arm in front as well. He's just been really fast while holding the hammer out. You know what? I've tried that attack before and I suck at it. I think you're right. I totally suck at it. But I should go for it. Maybe not in this specific instance right now. But I should do it. I think if I want to swing the hammer again here, I need to kick my leg out to start the motion. Kick the leg out. And maybe even it's slowed down a little bit here, so maybe like this. A short jump will make it more impactful. Like this direction. I think that fits. I think that works. Yeah, like this little scoot back. So now as he's scooting back, he's going to scoot back with the hammer. Okay. As the hammer comes down, like so, right? Because it's almost like he's pulling it tight. He's pulling it in almost as he does that little step back. I could probably double that, honestly. I think the movement would call for it. Okay, let's track the head here. So this is going to be, I think this is the frame right before our next swipe. And if we're doing another one like this, how would that go? Am I leaning my head down and forward like that? Yeah, I think it'd be kind of like this. Like that. And this leg will now have been planted. And my back leg is probably loose now. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Now where's the hammer going to be in this situation? Up around... Do I cut it in or out? I think I cut it in subtly to add even more oomph to the swing. This is like a batter swing scenario. Yes. And then this is a single. And this is where we start to turn the head, maybe? This is like the frame to suggest that the motion is going to start heading this way. Like that. Well, I guess the hammer's going to go out there. And then I can cut it in. Something seems weird about the hammer here. Okay, let's follow the arc. Woo! What if I let it... Is it something about that frame? Is it supposed to be more like that? I feel like this frame is unnecessary now. And I just go to the next swing. Yeah, I think this frame being a lead-up frame is unnecessary. I think we've already executed the anticipation for it enough. With this frame. And even this frame could probably slide forward a little bit more. Yeah. We're going for it. We're going for it. Okay, so this should be the execution of the swing. And the weight should be on his back leg. Or no, the weight should be on his front leg. Sorry. He should be pushing with his back leg. I think I can fix his line of action here as well. Like so. And I feel like this one can be like something like this. Let me see how this feels. Where's my hammer at? I like that. Maybe we doubled that also. Yeah, we do. Okay, I think once we get the trails in here, it's gonna look sick. Trust the process, right? And even this could be probably like that, I think. Yeah, I think this all gets improved by like slightly changing these arcs a little bit. I wonder if I can mess with it just a little bit here, tuck it in for that frame. What if I also do something silly like just blurring this frame? Can I do something wild like this? I wonder if I can do something weird like this, where I'm blurring... I'm doing like a blur frame right before we go for the swing. I wonder. I think that'll look good. Let me go through and I'm going to add in our actual trails and whatnot right now. Because I feel like I said, I have this like insecurity about doing... What? Oh. Since this is something that's kind of new for me, this character is a little bit new, I feel as though I need to be almost polishing too early because I lack the confidence to trust the process. You know? Does that make sense? I lack the confidence to trust the process fully, and it comes from a place of because new, I don't know. Because I don't know, I feel like I have to see it all the way through before I can be like, oh, I already know that's gonna be good. Because the trails and effects, when it comes to stuff like this, it's so important to be able to even see what you're doing. They make up so much of what you're doing that if you don't do it, you can't... Like, if you don't know what it looks like already without having done it, you can't trust that it's gonna work. Because it is truly what decides whether or not you're gonna see the effect or not. Like it truly is. Whether or not the effect makes sense at all comes down to how you execute these trails. So, since I don't have that confidence yet in it, it's like I need to polish it all the way through so that I can believe that it's going to work by seeing it. Know what I'm saying? So this is how I do these trails. I do a triple, if it's a big swing like this, of the object itself. I throw a blur on it, so you should have this like subtle suggestion that it was there. Right, subtle suggestion that it was there, like this, like so. I'd probably get away with even using this again as well, but... And then on top of that, I do my... What is it? This stuff. The smear frames. Not this. My effects is really cool, thank you. I'm not super confident about them, I'll be honest. Not super confident. I go back and forth between liking them and then being like, I don't know.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Wrong. A moral decision. Like other moral decisions, it will have an effect on other people. Make them also choose right from wrong. The watchman has made his decision.
What's up, Natester? How you doing, buddy? How is Natester today? I kind of want this to be like here. Yeah, that's better. I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. Is this trail like wrong? Should it be like out more? I think it could be. You gonna hang out with us for a while?
Time to wake up. All right, let's go. You got it. You can do this.
I'm trying to get these Pyroknight here alive. Hello, hello. Okay.
Time to wake up. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's go. You can do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. You got it. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can do this.
Yeah, dude, Steel's doodle was sick, man. Is sick, not was. For sure. Now I gotta do it justice, you know what I mean? think this will work. And then I gotta do my arms also. Maybe I don't even skew this out though, because it messes with my trails when I do that. Okay. And then I can also, I think I typically like to throw a little blur on this, a soft blur. Like so. Nice. And then if I want, I think this is where I add in my, what was I doing before? I think, do we like this? These poses, these pauses on hits. I think we do. It's so new to me. 1, 2, 3, 4. We like these, right? Okay, and then he also burned up his hit here. So there's no fire on this hit because it's the first hit that starts the fire, but I can bring the glow back now on this hit because it's the first hit. Boom. Oh yeah, then I think I was also adding a little bit of a fire charge to before the hits as well. And I think that also helps sell the movement pretty good too. Do I tone it down a little bit? Yeah. Tone it down a little bit, because the hit actually is what ignites the hammer and builds his shield charge, which, by the way, oh my god, I forgot his shield completely. There it is. Lol, can't forget the shield. The shield is how he is charging. Oh. What's up, Coach Ryan? How you doing, buddy? I gotta link this to you guys. We gotta support the homies. Pluto has a new animation out. Not animation, sorry. He has a new video out about his game he's putting out. Different one than Stick Figures. But we gotta support him. You need to be playing this. Oh my god. Sorry. Ooh. So please click that if you have TikTok. Support the homies. We gotta do it as a team. We gotta do it as a team, you know what I'm saying? Teamwork makes the dream work. You must support the homies. My deviated septum is punishing me. You know what's weird is this does not sound at all like my soundtrack, my playlist. Let's get my playlist back. Let's get the shield back. Okay. Let's get the shield caught up, and then I'll do a little playthrough so you guys can see where I'm at after I add in the screen shakes to the hit we just did. So it makes a little more sense. What do you guys think of Pyroknight so far? Does it seem like a badass? Am I doing him justice? Yes? Okay, good. If I were to animate all of these characters at least this quality, do you think not only you would like it, but other people would like it? My assumption, man, and I hope, is I will only get better at these as I go along. And they will become cooler and cooler and cooler to the point of foaming at the mouth for the next one every time. But for the sake of worst case scenario, if I did not improve and it stayed at this quality, would you still be excited to watch it? Genuinely, you could tell me no. You could tell, I don't really care about stick fight stuff anyways, it doesn't matter. It's okay. Okay, that actually looks like it hurts. I think with the screen shakes in there, with the smoke effects as well, it's going to be money. Maybe. Let me see. Let's get the camera in here. Let's see here. I think I can start to bring it in a little bit. Boom. I have an addiction to stick fights. Same. And I feel as though it cannot be quenched. It's insatiable. Perhaps dangerous. Let's see. Oh my! Okay, never mind. It's actually better than I thought it was going to be. I love the charge. Hello. It does look like it hurts, man. I don't want to get hit by this guy at all. When this releases, will it be on YouTube as well? Yes. All my shorts will go on YouTube and TikTok. Okay, question. I like the impact frames so much on this, and I don't feel like they're super egregious. Would it be outrageous that each of his impacts, since he doesn't do it a bajillion times a second, to have impact frames like these on each one? Is that insane? Is that like a big illegal no-no? Or should he legitimately on each hit? Like, serious question. Like, as in, it's not like epileptic if I do like there, 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 there. The dash hit, definitely? Okay. Wait, so for the dash hit then, do I actually pause on the dash hit? Right here? Do we actually pause this? Just the big hits? Okay. Should I actually pause this? Camera shake, do the full 9? Would this be money or what? I think here would actually be dope. No harm in trying. Hey, I like that. Alright, support me in this endeavor as I bravely go into uncharted territory here. Okay, we'll add one more. Okay, here we go. Oh, the baby. Okay, so here's my process. Here is the process that we're gonna go through here. In my impact frames. I've done this a number of times for you guys in the past, but if you're new here or you need a refresher or you just like to hear it, I'm gonna go over how I do my impact frames. I do them basically the same way every time. So I start off with a frame that dims the screen subtly. It dims the screen subtly, okay? And I think this helps. It helps soften the like blast factor of the next parts that could be a bit overwhelming, which is initially is going to be white highlight on a black background, okay? And how I do this is it's really kind of simple. I imagine where the impact is like a little sun. Yay! A little like right where the hit is happening. Woohoo! It's like a little sun, right? And this isn't. You don't need to be good at this. I'm not good at this, but you don't need to be good at this part. It doesn't need to be like color theory, perfection, understanding lights and how they reflect off the objects and stuff like that. This isn't what it's about. It's about taking a gander and assuming the light is coming from here. And what I'm doing is I'm basically tracing. It's a little bit harder because it's a blurred frame as well. I'm essentially tracing objects as if the light is coming from that spot where the light is going to hit the bodies. It's the field. Exactly. It's about the field. So, and most of this right here is just like a big glob because of it's all blurred out, right? So it doesn't really super matter shape-wise either. But I'm going to go ahead and start with the highlights of this section the best I can. And basically what we're doing here is we're adding a base for where the initial light is going to be. The initial light is going to be with a black background. And then we're going to do the opposite. I'm essentially going to trace the opposing sections I didn't touch with black. So all the stuff that's behind him is going to be black with a white background. This is especially difficult this time because of the fact that everything here is blurred out. So this is a bit of a challenge. But that's okay. I'm going to do this guy down here, who's on the ground, who's not even a part of this. Why not? He's not even involved. But whatever, he's going to get shine. Just unblur for a sec, reblur it. I don't know that that will even help. They're also... I don't think it's necessary, because they're also inside of the blurs. They're also like this. They're also like smeared as well. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like, as long as I'm covering the general basis here for these spots, I think it's okay. Otherwise, I would agree with you that that would probably be the best process to go through. But I think this is okay. I think this is okay. We'll see, right? So then once I have this like weird hodgepodge shape, I like to make it more weird by adding like this semicircle around that impact. Again, also this does not make a lot of sense. It just seems to work for me. And then I like to like point at it. I call it the point at it. Oh man, point at it. Oh geez, Rick. Point it. Wow, look at that. Point at it. You get a point. Ow, wow, look where that. Ouch. Oh geez. Ow. Point at it. Shockwave and sparks. That's probably makes a lot more sense than ow, point at it. Oh gee. Oh wow. Ow. You got. Ow. Point at it. Shockwaves and sparks. I think you mean the technical term. Ah. Point at it. Ow. Point at it. Okay. And then I usually like to break this up too. Affectionately, the owl point at it. Okay. Nice little breaks. And sometimes in those breaks, that's where I'll add like the kind of like squiggly. You know? Like, oh, it broke in that spot for a reason. You know? It's brittle there. I don't know. Okay, there's not a whole lot of, like, real science behind this. Done. That is so good. Yeah, it's just, like, hold it together, Nate. They're like, this is a very proper place, right? We got to call things what they are. This is a professional workspace where we can't even say the word professional. That's how clean it is. Okay, now that we have that, we black it out with black, not red. What the? Indubitably good, sir. Okay, now I take this and I actually am going to blur it. Who would have guessed? Who'd have thought? Huh? Look at us. We're going to blur it. And this is something else I've been doing is I'll take this now blurred subject and I will add on top and tint a color. So let's make it red at first. And when you make it add, it kind of blends in a really cool way with the initial blurred subject. Okay? And then we'll do orange after this, which is kind of like the two colors that are making the hits here, right? Is that cool? That's cool, right? We're cool. I think we're cool. All right, well, you guys are cool. So then this next part I've been double framing. So we did the lowlights, or the highlights. Now let's do the lowlights. So essentially now I just go through and I trace like a dummy. Like I don't know what I'm doing. I just trace the areas I didn't color white. Wow. Wow. Look at the areas I didn't trace with white. Wow. Again, this is high-tech stuff. I think this is probably like beginner level impact frames 101, maybe. I was taught by the great Teleperte. He was gracious enough to help me on the first Andres Arena with this. And I'm forever grateful because now I love doing them. It's my favorite pastime, which is drinking maybe a little too much coffee, which I need to get more, and tracing my little coloring book that I make for myself. Whee! It does not have to be perfect at all. Like, see how I'm overlapping even? I'm not even like tracing the stick figure perfectly either. I can't stress enough that that does not need to be perfect. The shapes do not need to be perfect. Do. Whee. Okay, tracing the outside world. And you can even like get spicy with it too, like make it a little sharp and stuff on some edges. That's fun as well. Right, and I think the beauty of it is the freeing feeling I get that it doesn't have to be perfect, you know? Sometimes animation it's so finicky that you can try and execute a motion that looks awful until you just tilt one of your feet on one frame slightly, and then all of a sudden that little tilt on that one frame made the world of difference, and it's totally good now. I feel like you get more liberty on these like blinking frames like this because it's so fast that they can look really pretty if you want, but you don't have to have it look super pretty, and it'll still come out pretty cool. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the back side of the hammer here. Again, very rough. Am I drawing objects? I am drawing objects. That was an accident. 6? Can we go a little smaller, please? 5? Did that even do anything? And then also sometimes what I like to do is I'll cut back into the white too. So like I'm cutting into a little bit where we were with the white. That also creates a pretty cool effect, and I'll show you why. It's because I think when we're using the add plus blur effect, when these cut back over, it makes the blurs kind of overlap a little bit in between the two frames, and I think it's a really cool effect. Okay. Okay, now time for the point edit. We got to point at it. This is very important that things are pointed at. And in this case, we need to point at this. And then for this section, the pointing at it is now expanded. Okay, we care less about it. Or more about it. I don't know. I don't make the rules for this. But imagine that our pointing has gotten more aggressive. But also further away. You know, we care more and less simultaneously, okay? It's an expanded out range. You don't have to have the lines be in the same spot either. Maybe you do, I don't know. I don't do that. But again, we're pointing and we're pointing, okay? We're here and we're pointing, and that matters. Get some breaks in the line. That doesn't super matter too much, right? We're pointing. Change up my thickness. Have some of the points from further away, maybe. You know, we're pointing. We got to point at it. Technically, we're pointing at it. Okay, that's the technical term. This isn't the sparks in Shockwave. It's the pointing at it. 4 out of 5 dentists agree. Okay, we're pointing. And we're pointing. Good old reliable expanded point at. Yep, exactly. Look at this thing. Oh, wow. Oh, geez, Batman. Look at it. Would you just look at it? And sometimes I'll do like a little bit closer of a point at, you know? Some lines that are a little bit closer in, like as if it's almost like this smear frame for the highlights expanding outwards. As such, that's pretty cool. We did that. All right, let's blur it. Let's throw a white background on the board. You know what's funny is most of this is actually missed. We're not gonna talk about that. Okay, white background. That's cool. We look like we're doing something. Wow. Okay, now we're gonna blur it. Because we have this tool at our disposal, we should use it. Slight blur. Now remember what I said before. Make this an add. I duplicated. Add. Tint. And we're going to throw an orange on it. Okay? We can crank it if we want here, or we can make it a little more subtle. We can off-center it. I think off-centering is what I usually do, like that. That's gonna be sick. It hurts your eyes right now, but when it blinks, it's gonna hurt your eyes more. I'm just kidding, but it's fine. And I think that's about it. Let's see what it feels like. Let's see. Do we have all the ingredients? Let's see. Dim. White on black. Black on white. Double it up. Dim. Back to regular. And we continue. Here we go. Let's see if it works. Oh, baby! Don't blink or you missed it. That was good. Oh, you know what? What if we... Hear me out, chat. What if we zoom in on it? Is that illegal? Is this illegal? Am I doing... Wait, am I doing an illegal? Hold on. Am I doing an illegal? I might be doing an illegal. Hold on. I might be doing an illegal. Hold on. Like, this might be a foul on the field. Let me see. I think that worked, yo. Wait. But when it blinks, it'll hurt your eyes more. It's fine. Are we cooking? Is that... We're gaming, right? Yo. I mean, it looks like it hurt to me. Okay, there's one thing that's bothering me. Why is this just out here? Hello? Who said you get to just be glow for the whole game? Hello? Why are you the way that you are? Get out of here. Was it sick? Dude, we are on fire today, friends. Dude, Pyroknight's the man. Wait, am I an animator? What the hell? Since when? Oh, I gotta go tell my mom. She's not gonna believe this. Hold on, so my mental illness take over. Does anyone else do this? Tell me honestly, does anyone else do this where you're making something and it's literally 3 seconds long? Do you watch it like 100 times over to see different details of it? Just me? Cool. Sometimes or at an alarming rate. Yep, all the time. Okay, good. I'm glad I'm not alone. You know what's crazy is we don't even have the smoke effects in here too. So like the beginning hits that I think are sick, like this one here and this one here. The rest of our hits, I want all of my hits to have smoke like that, but they don't even have all smoke. They don't. Oh, they don't even all have smoke yet. Hey, Stone, can you replay it? I want to see what's done so far if you want to. Yeah. This visually stimulates me. Yeah? I like it, dude. One more. Yes, dude. It's happening. It's happening. We're doing it. The dash is so sick. Like my favorite part about the dash is doing the pumping of the flames. So these are details that you probably won't pick up in real time. But my rule I made for the weapon is it increases the flame on the hammer on each hit, right? So right here, there's no flame. On the first hit, it charges the flame a little bit. So you can see it glowing. And then before each hit, it like sparks. Hit. Right? And you see how then it goes back and it's a little bit more. And that, like the passive idle glow is a little bit higher. Boom. Hit. The passive glow is a little bit higher now. Flame before. Hit. And now it's like cooked. It's hot. And you start seeing the shield, like, it's like a jet engine starting. It's like sputtering. And look how it blinks. Watch the shield. Boom. We didn't even hold this frame at all either. Flaming battering ram, exactly. Magma strikes. And we're timing it with the music, with that. We're gonna do it each time, so listen to the song. Listen. Again. Again. I don't know what I'm gonna do special here, though. And then we're gonna end with something big at the end. Right here. Whoa! Can you hear it? Do you see it? I want to go back and add my smoke now. Take a little break from movement and maybe get some more ideas while I do some of the smoke effects. Alright, I understand it now. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it, because I'm enjoying it. And sometimes I'm like, I go back and forth between, man, am I the only one who enjoys it this much? And then I go, actually, it's not that good. Actually, I hate this. Oh, hold up, wait a minute. I hate this. This is not good. Wait a minute. This is bad. You get blind to it, you know? I'm smiling like an idiot. That's perfect. That's all I want. That would be something which disintegrates the ground, then it fades slowly into white screen. Whoa. That would be nuts. I'll try. No promises. What if, like, and he impales someone with the shield and sets the jet off the jet? That would be sick too, dude. Oh my god. I think we can do that later. I don't think that needs to be the finale. I think a mixture of both of your ideas. This is what I see. The idea of, like, it just the ground turns white and disintegrates. I think the shield, throwing the shield and having it charge blast somebody into this, like, into the ground or into the wall would be nuts. Also, I'm now blurring my smoke because I like it. Is that okay? Like, is it against the rules? Can we do this? Can't wait. This is giving me life and giving me more ideas than everything now. Yes, dude. That's it. I'm doing it. That's the secret. The secret is you guys are the ones that have the talent. You guys are the ones that have greatness. I just need to give you a little boost. And you'll do incredible things. And you can't tell me I don't know what I'm saying because I've seen it a bajillion times in a row. What's up? What's up, Penelope? How you doing today? Yeah, I like that. You know, I realized I need to go back and blur these ones out. If I'm going to keep them blurred, I think I got to blur these ones as well. What's the rule of thumb? How many frames for smoke and such? I noticed you do a fewer frames that don't dissipate fully, but it looks solid. Yeah, I used to be toxic with dissipating it for like infinite frames, and I realized how not okay that is, in the sense that you'll spend all of your time on something that literally no one cares about. Like, they do, but like you'll spend so much of your animation time dissipating everything out to nothing, and I feel like the diminishing returns on the amount of effort it takes to do that is insane, and actually good animators would agree with me on this, because you can see they do the same. They dissipate their stuff really quick. I generally only do like 4 or 5 different frames that are double framed and then triple framed out while fading it. So usually it's by feel, like anything, you know, but like, see right here, it's 1 frame, 2 frame, 3 frame. It's 4 different frames, single, double, double, double. Sometimes on the last one, I'll triple it and I'll let it linger for a little bit longer, but I'll drop the opacity on it. I feel like generally speaking, that's enough, and people like that. Like, it gets across what you want, and it gets out of the way. And you're not spending your entire lifetime on it. It's like, it's so hard, trust me. As one of the OG, it needs to dissipate into atoms. Like, I need to see them turn from football field shaped smoke down to atoms before I'm accepting them to get off the screen. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. It's I had to break myself like a wild animal. My smoke from years ago took like 4 business days to leave the stream. And 85% of that time was just little tiny bubbles getting incrementally smaller. It is legitimately Plungix Plunger. I grabbed it from the from him. I literally stole it from him, and I figured I would keep stealing people's weapons just for fun. It was still wielded by a noob. It wasn't Plungix actual. That wasn't Plungic right here, but this was his plunger. You know, if I could probably actually have this plunger hang out in the sky for fun as well. I think this is it right here. Yeah. That's kind of fun. We go straight into it, too. I'm just realizing this dim frame, I think, isn't actually dimming the frame. It's not even on the same frame. Lol. I fix. Okay, I'm gonna do the smoke effects here. Okay. Just as a heads up too, guys, I'm gonna have my lunch here in a second. Just to give you a little heads up, arini dingy. Which means I will just be taking a short break and then coming back. Don't write on this. Oh, come on. R. That's fun. I tried something a little bit different this time on this one. It's almost like it's smoking off the blade. It's kind of nice. It's different. Is it even on the screen? No. All that stuff up there is not even on the screen. I'm not gonna worry about it. Oh, man, I lose that inner stuff. Hold on. Oh, I want to be able to... Can I do that? No! That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to copy it, delete it, paste in place. Done. That's kind of cool, right? That. Like, I might be able to get away with just dropping the opacity here, triple framing it, and calling it a day. But let me see. Blur. 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 And last but not least, a blur. Yeah! That's kind of sick. Okay, I'm happy. This is working out. Guys, I will say, it's been 2 days, we are 3 seconds in, but these 3 seconds are cool and we like them. And that's what matters, right? It's 3 seconds. Okay. I'm gonna check the mountain real quick before we go. Let me see. On lunch as of 2020. Oh my god, that's 20 minutes ago. I missed it. Ugh. Okay. By the way, I wanted you guys to see this. Did you see that Struck finished a world map for Stone Mountain? I think it's very cool. Did a great job. Also put in where the different species and creature types are. Bugs, felines, cloudwalkers, the condimentals and the clowns, aquatics. Look how cool this is. Tooth grinders, elders. Isn't that great? I think this is sweet. Ultra City with the Royal Knights. Oh. Royals, Bats, and Knights. Or Royals, Bots, and Knights. Isn't that sick? I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. How cool. Oh, check this out. Yo! Nick and Brute. Look at that. That's so freaking sweet, dude. You guys' fan arts are insane, dude. That is so sick, Nick. Nick versus Brute. I love his cape with his lousy sword. Dude, yeah, this is so cool. I love what everyone's doing, man. It is definitely a super unique experience, and I hope everyone's having a blast doing it. I'm definitely having a blast watching your guys' creations. So I will go ahead and head off for lunch, and we'll continue working on this. And yeah, we got a lot more stream left in me for the rest of the day, so I'm gonna go have my lunch, and we'll be back at it. Okay. Bye, friends. See you soon.